Hi everyone, Renee here, and today's video is my 2018 roundup of favorites. Let's do this. So favorite cleanser category for me this year were cream cleansers, which is just really surprising because they were not something I was ever really truly interested in before. Anyway, this obsession all started with Biologique Recherche. Towards the end of last year, I had this incredible facial from them, which I documented in a blog post, and they used Lait VIP O2 as a second cleanse. She basically took the time and massaged this cream cleanser on my skin, and afterwards, I kid you not, she put a mirror in front of my face and it actually looked brighter. These are cream cleansers that you can actually wash off your skin, but they also have this ability to not just cleanse everything off the surface of your face, but deeply cleanse as well. VIP O2 is sort of like the anti-pollution cleanser. It will lift all the crap from your face, not just your makeup and the sebum and all of that, but also all that dust and pollution and environmental things flying around that collects on our skin at the end of the day. This was also developed for people who lived in harsher climates and have very, very stressed skin from environmental factors. And of course, environmental factors can encompass so many things. If you have stressed skin, this is very gentle, soothing. It just feels so luxurious on your skin when you're applying it. This rinses completely clean, unlike balm cleansers. You don't need a washcloth. It doesn't sort of weigh down your skin at all. It's light. It's great. This year very well looked like it was going to go by without a new favorite sherbet cleanser until Mahalo Cleansing Melt came into my life. I don't know why I resisted to get this so long. When I finally did, it was like so much better than I could have ever imagined. This is like the ultimate luxury sherbet cleansing balm. I guess I thought this would be another one of those really luxurious balm cleansers that would still require a washcloth to remove. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just have a preference for the emulsifying balm cleansers. This is like the best of all worlds here. Not only is it as rich and luxurious as a balm cleanser, but it has the emulsification and cleansing abilities of the best sherbet balm cleanser. It's very luxurious, it's very rich to apply on your skin. It feels beautiful, it's sensuous, and it actually feels like you're applying a mask. A lot of Korean sherbet balms just sort of melt everything off on contact. This actually feels like it's skincare, like you're applying a mask on your skin. But then it also emulsifies so beautifully, melting off all your eye makeup, all sorts of sunscreen, water-resistant sunscreen, and it does not leave any residue on your skin. This leaves your skin feeling so smooth and soft, not dry at all. In fact, other than the beautiful luxurious plant oils and extracts, it also has Centella asiatica in it as well, but also beautiful fruit and enzymes. So it just gives you sort of the gentlest sort of skin surface refining, resurfacing. As far as gel cleansers go, there is one that really stood out to me this year, and it's a little different from the other ones that we're used to, and that is Dr. Sam Bunting's Flawless Cleanser. It is the non-foaming variety. There is no foaming going on here. It is very minimal, which is perfect for anyone who just is trying to avoid a lot in their skincare. If you have ultra sensitized skin, if you're rosacea prone, or if you're just scared of having any kind of clogging or any reactions. The other thing is there isn't any oil in this jelly cleanser. And I know a lot of you do look for oil-less cleansers, carrier oils and essential oils included, but also the caprylic dry glycerides, you know, are things that you just worry about like breaking you out. This has none of that, but I think the thing that I personally love the most is how luxurious the texture of it is. I feel like that is another theme this year. I'm just really into those sort of rich, luxurious textures. I guess I just feel like stepping up the whole pampering aspect of skincare. But this one it's just such a satisfyingly thick, rich gel. It's so completely and utterly worry-free. It rinses off completely clean. Because there are no oils in this, I actually prefer this as a second cleanse, and it's just so perfect for that. The Shea Moisture Matcha Clay to Cream Probiotics Cleanser. This is a clay cream cleanser. This is one of my under $10 favorites, and absolutely something that is just such incredibly good value, considering it just feels like a truly luxurious formula. This is gentle, no sulfates, but clean, it's comforting. It is like a skin treatment cleanser. This has so many things that I love in cleansers, but all thrown in one. It's probiotic, which I absolutely love. It's got the matcha green tea. It's got the clay. It's a cream cleanser. And also, if you're someone who's prone to redness as I am, this is fantastic for that. As far as treating my skin condition on a daily basis, adjusting hydrating toners has made the biggest impact on just really normalizing my skin. It's gotten to a point now where even though it's the winter time, even just putting one layer is enough. It takes time for my skin to absorb it. Graymalin Centella 50 Regeneration Toner is one of my first favorite wow toners of this year, and it was just a random pickup at a store. For spring and summer, this is what I used. It's a more watery consistency, but this is like one of those essence toners. This contains so many things my skin loves. It sits in a base of Centella asiatica extract, but it also has beta-glucan. It's got ceramides, it's got peptides in it. There's green tea, antioxidant superfruit extracts in it. This doesn't have any potentially irritating ingredients in here. It's really, really soothing, and it also doesn't have any oils in here either. So I would say this is a great product for you if you have skin. The I'm From Rice toner is one of the most unique toners I've tried to date. This was in my holiday box of wishes, and I was so excited to put it in there. It truly is such a fantastic product. It's like an essence toner. I mean, it's like so many steps in one. You just feel like you need less when you use this. There's some magic going on here where the consistency is about as watery and thin as it comes, but when you apply it on your skin, it really hydrates in the most intense possible way, but also leaves your skin surface feeling so beautifully smooth, refined, soft, and plump. A lot of that most likely has to do with the rice bran and the rice extract, but it just keeps everything just locked in there. Your skin feels moisturized even though there isn't a drop of oil in here. This also slowly takes away the dullness from your skin, brightens things up, which is always nice in the wintertime. It also has a real hefty amount of niacinamide. There's some beautiful root extracts in here. There is no fragrance to this. There's no sort of strange raw scent to it either. It smells like nothing. There's one more toner I just really feel I have to talk about. It's weird that I've not talked about it on this channel yet, but it's certainly appeared in a lot of my Instagram posts. That is Rovectin's Skin Essentials Activating Lotion. So unfortunately, I don't have the lotion here with me because I am traveling at the moment. Rovectin is a very special brand. They're actually created by Koreans, but made in the US because the technology that they required was only available here. And they are born of like a single product that is only available in hospitals and through physicians. And that's a moisturizer that specifically treats cancer patients undergoing treatment and the incredibly sensitive and dry skin that they have because of the treatments. So they built a line, a skincare routine around that product that is targeted to repairing the most compromised, dry, and damaged skin. It is a little bit more viscous than your average hydrating toner, and it just absolutely blankets your skin in hydration. It really is great for damaged skin. If you are undergoing any kind of treatment or any kind of adjustment period, it is just so great at repair. There will be no stinging. There'll just be comfort. But I have to talk about Peach and Lily's Lazy All Day Pads. These have really been that all-in-one swipey for me. These are purely for convenience, and for those evenings and daytimes when I just do not have time, they are perfect. Each little pad in here is just bursting with the super essence. This is packed with intense hydrators, ceramides, so many superfood antioxidant-rich extracts, just a few swipes and you're good and plump and hydrated. Paula's Choice 10% Niacinamide Booster Serum is one of the best serums I think I've ever used. The formula is just a super concentrated, well thought out combination of incredible ingredients. It's super hydrating. It's got the antioxidants in there as well as obviously the 10% niacinamide. Application wise, I mean, it just really couldn't be better. It's so super hydrating when you apply it. It's soothing. It sinks in. It doesn't pill if you layer over it. I credit the serum for why when I reintroduced retin-A tretinoin into my routine, I did not have my usual adjustment period, but I am very careful and slow and patient when it comes to Retin-A. But I feel like the serum has also really increased the performance of Retin-A as well. I mean, you know, the smaller pores, the tighter skin. Usually such a high percentage of niacinamide can sometimes cause a lot of dryness in my skin, but I had none of that with this serum. It's just all goodness. SkinCeuticals Discoloration Defense is probably the most effective serum for my PIE, that is post-inflammatory erythema, which is the redness and the inflammation that comes with our zits. It's those red, bright red marks that are so hard to conceal and last for months. This has such a powerful combination and concentration of ingredients that are targeted exactly for this purpose. 5% niacinamide, 3% tranexamic acid, 1% kojic acid, but also 5% HEPES, which facilitates the natural exfoliation of our skin, which is always great for hyperpigmentation. I get hormonal acne and it's always around my jawline, and they come in wonderfully painful clusters. This was such a powerful combination paired up with ascorbic acid, which I use in the morning. I will use that serum first, and then I will follow it up with the discoloration defense. And don't worry guys about the ascorbic acid and niacinamide canceling each other out. It doesn't. For marks like this to disappear completely takes such a long time on my skin, which just scars very, very easily, and these marks last forever. But very quickly, they were toned down to a degree that I could at least use concealer or foundation and you would not be able to notice them. As for my hyperpigmentation, I'm very realistic about it. For my entire life, it will be a work in progress. But I did notice that by the time, after a few months that I finished this bottle, everything was significantly, my whole complexion was more even and evened out. Now for a category of serums that honestly I go through so fast, I cannot have enough hydrating serums. Of course, the Peach and Lily's Glass Skin Refining Serum. Using this just makes my skin look and feel so much better and healthier. There's something just really lovely and healing about it. The application is just so lovely. It's viscous when it comes out, but as you apply it, it just is a bomb of hydration on your skin. It absorbs fast, mixes so well with oils, layers under oils and moisturizers perfectly, no pilling. This also has niacinamide, but it's just so full of vitamins, minerals, fatty acids, anti-inflammatory ingredients, 3 different weights of hyaluronic acid. I could really go on, but it just leaves my skin with that gorgeous, healthy, glossy sheen, which I love. What I've been using most recently, and my skin is absolutely loving, is from a Korean brand, a clean Korean brand called J Cosmune. It's simply their serum. This is such a simple, pure, and a super effective product. Beta-glucan is one of those ingredients I absolutely love seeing in my skincare. It's so nice to see it as such a focal point. It's a superfood, and it does so many things other than keep hydration in your skin. It also soothes, it calms, it promotes healing. I've tried other beta-glucan serums, and they tend to be texturally not as beautiful as this one. This one is cosmetically so elegant. Others tend to be a little more sticky, a little more gluey. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's not for everybody. The application for this is beautiful. It feels amazing on your skin, and again, a must, always a must. It layers well with other products. There is no pilling. This only has 8 ingredients in it. It's a super concentrated, simple serum that consists of 97% beta-glucan extract. This also contains Centella asiatica, purslane. In fact, this serum I feel really helped heal my skin and strengthen the barrier. This is skincare that acts like medicine for the skin, and I love it. My go-to pharmacy drugstore moisturizers are always going to be from La Roche-Posay's Toleriane line. When I'm in Asia, I also love Physiogel. I would say moisturizers from these brands are solidly always in my rotation and have been for years. They're consistently something that I always will use at any point throughout the year. There are a lot of times I just need my moisturizer to be a lot more simple, especially when I'm using serums, essences, ampoules that are already very concentrated or their purpose is very targeted. I don't always always want my moisturizer to have all these additional concentrated, strong, or active ingredients in them. But there are also different times of the year where my skin is just going to be very sensitive. A lot of it is during allergy seasons, in the spring, in the fall, or anytime I'm trying a new treatment out or a new strong active out. Then I want a moisturizer that's just specifically designed to do that really, really well. So Double Repair Moisturizer, which is one of the newer ones, is so beautifully comforting, and it's slightly more emollient and thicker than the Ultra. It's got all the usual suspect ingredients that are in the other moisturizers as well, like the ceramides, the hydrators. But what makes this different is that it uses prebiotic thermal water. You know, prebiotics are what feed the good bacteria that exist on our skin so that they can empower the bad bacteria. Having a healthy microbiome, especially if you have compromised, weak, or reactive skin, is such an important part of having a healthy, strong skin barrier. Putting a focus on that has actually brought my skin to a whole nother level of just balance and being healthy. But also my skin has become so strong against breakouts. It's not very breakout prone. I mean, hormonal acne is just gonna happen, but otherwise it won't react the way it used to. It's really comforting to apply. It is really moisturizing. And I've also tried the SPF version, which is also, it's invisible. It's also beautiful. As far as the really lightweight sort of gel cream textured moisturizers go, my favorite this year is got to be Herbivore Botanicals Pink Cloud Cream. This is also a year that I just kind of really got into rose. And so there's definitely the rose water in here, the rose extract, a little bit of the rose oil. The texture of this is dreamy. It's such a beautiful moisturizer to apply. It's so intensely hydrating. It's moisturizing as well. It's calming. It's soothing. There's also no silicones in this formula either, but it just feels absolutely gorgeous. Peach and Lily's Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream. This to me is like, if I could just dream of a moisturizer, it most likely would be this one. Just even the way it looks, that beautiful sort of matcha green color, the texture, the name. Alicia said that was really important to her, that her moisturizer be one that is antioxidant rich, because it's kind of like that last line of defense. It's a protective shield on your skin against the environment. And you know, I love that. There are no silicones in this cream, but the application of it is so beautiful. When you apply it, it's that silky, puddingy sort of texture on your skin. It's just like buttery, but also it's so moisturizing. But the finish of it is kind of like a velvety finish. It's not sort of greasy. It's not an oily finish. It's not even necessarily dewy, even though it does still let glow come through. It's not matte. It's velvet. This has quite a bit of niacinamide in it, green tea extract, of course, the superfood extracts and oils. This is particularly great, I would say, for anybody who is worried about like preserving youth. If you're beginning to see the signs of aging, you want something just a little more robust in the antioxidant arena, then this is it. I'm gonna lump this in with moisturizers, even though it's kind of straddling categories here. Ren's Ever Calm Overnight Recovery Balm. This isn't really kind of like a traditional balm, you know, where there's just no water. It's very pure butters, oils. This is kind of like a balm moisturizer, but then it's kind of like an overnight sleeping pack as well. It's definitely multifunctional, which I kind of enjoy. I like products that you can use in different ways, depending on, you know, what your skin may prefer. This has a beautiful blend of oils. It's also got beta-glucan in it, but there's something about this that's kind of hydrating as well. This was such a skin saver for me, especially when the weather turned. With the seasons changing, it isn't always about the drop in temperature and humidity on the outside. It's actually about the heating inside that sometimes dry my skin out the most. In any case, I would always wake up with skin that feels sort of like tight and dry regardless of my routine the night before. With this, I will actually wake up with like the dewiest moisturized skin. The test for me is always when I go to Korea. The heating sometimes is so strong that when I go to sleep, I feel like there's someone holding a blow dryer in front of my face. I actually feel like if I did sleep with a blow dryer in front of my face, if I had this on, I would still wake up with dewy skin. And the magic of this is that it's not heavy at all. I mean, it's not like you're putting Vaseline on your face. I use this in two ways, sometimes in lieu of moisturizer and other times on top of my moisturizer. This actually goes on in a very thin sort of lipid layer. In fact, it reminds me a lot of some of the Biologique Recherche finishing serums that I love. This is a thin, spreadable, lipidy layer that doesn't turn you into like this big grease ball. There's something about this that just kind of seals everything in, but at the same time, it's still really, really breathable. Again, unlike Vaseline, but it's also nourishing as well. This really is a recovery balm. Like whatever beating that your skin is taking through the day in harsh conditions, or even, you know, through harsh actives, this really does kind of fix it all. I keep saying this every year, oils is such a humongous category for me. You know, I have so many that I like for different reasons and that do different things for me. So I will be doing a video on that this year. For vitamin C this year, I found a new one which I enjoyed above any of the others. That is Maylove's The Glow Maker. So personally, I prefer the liquid-based vitamin C's that tend to oxidize after a few months, that are not as stable. But there's something to the hydration, the application, and the ease of application, and how quickly I think it sort of absorbs the more immediate effectiveness. They're better suited for my skin type. They give me a beautiful glow. Not to say that there aren't some great anhydrous formulas out there that I have tried and I'm continuing to test. There's like more and more that are coming out, and I will review them in this year. For me, the gold standard will always be the SkinCeutical C Ferulic. It's the first time I ever used L-ascorbic acid and the reason why I continue to. But it's not always the most affordable product. Maylove is a favorite dupe of mine, but also it's different. It's a little different in that for anyone who feels that the SkinCeutical C Ferulic may be just a little too heavy for your skin, this is really far more lightweight. It's a thinner consistency, it's more watery, it just sinks into your skin, it disappears, it absorbs, you still get that beautiful radiance that comes with L-ascorbic acid serums. It's also made in small batches 4 times a year to make sure that everything is sort of more fresh. For eye creams, I just really enjoyed using eye oils this year. There are a few that I absolutely love, but I will say that probably the Cora Organics one is kind of ekes out ahead of some of the other ones. It just applies so beautifully and magically. It just kind of disappears. It doesn't migrate into the eyeballs, giving blurry vision. It doesn't make my makeup run and smudge. It also has some great soothing ingredients for this area, which is very much needed, as well as caffeine for depuffing. Again, very much needed. It works really well with makeup, with concealer, like it just doesn't move around or isn't, like I said, no oiliness or greasiness. There's no fragrance or fragrant oils in here at all. In fact, I think this is such a great oil blend for anyone who's cares about like signs of aging around the eyes to like even more maturing skin. Beauty RX's exfoliating eye cream was such a great discovery this year for me. You know, I did have some milia around here that were just taking ages to go away, and this eye cream just really helped get rid of them. I've never come across something quite like this. First of all, cosmetically, it's just beautiful. It's lightweight, it's silky, it's hydrating, it's moisturizing. It contains glycolic acid. The formula is pH balanced so that it will work and be effective. It's also formulated so it does not irritate this delicate area at all. This is also great, again, for anyone who may have like a lot of lines, fine lines even, around the eye area, or if you have maturing skin around the eyes, this will plump it out, this will brighten it. I feel like this definitely brightens this area. Pestle and Mortar eye cream is probably what I used the most this year. I was having a hard time choosing between this one and the C Tango. I wanted to choose one or the other because they are kind of similar weights and similar consistency. I ended up choosing this because even though it is an elegant formula, it is simpler, but still super effective. I just love how hydrating it feels on my skin. It's so lightweight, so creamy, so hydrating, but also moisturizing. It depuffs. You know, it has such beautiful ingredients in it. There are no silicones, but at the same time, makeup and concealer sit really nicely on top of it. But yeah, I just keep wanting to use this. Speaking of eyes, I love the Hamish Rose eye patches so much. These are Bulgarian Rosewater Hydrogel eye patches. There are 72 pieces in here. I can't even get enough of this. It's so calming, soothing, has that beautiful natural rose scent to it. Just like my favorite Shampri ones, these are also eco-friendly. They do do dissolve in water. They're water soluble. I also love that they come in these tubs and they're not individually packaged. But in general, these are just such a comfort around this area of my eyes. I love using them. They're so cooling, they're depuffing, and then when I remove it, it really just kind of, my skin is just so much smoother around this area. Out of all the mists this year, there were two that I reached for all the time and just replaced consistently. The first one is Jordan Samuel Hydrate the Mist. This mist is based off of his amazing Hydrate the Serum. Guys, you have to try. If you're looking for a fantastic hydrating serum that will soothe and calm your skin, you gotta try Hydrate. And what's really different about this versus a lot of other mists is that some way, somehow, it forms this amazing shield on your skin. So you get the hydration, but it's locked in, completely locked in. After hours, your skin is still super hydrated and you can almost feel the seal. This sits in a base of hibiscus hydrosol. Don't even get me started on how much I love hydrosols. But yes, this also has the hydrators, sodium hyaluronate, it's got glycerin, it's also got cucumber extract. The second one that I reach for all the time and I brought with me on all my travels is this one from SERUMS. It's their Time is Running Out mist. What I love about this is a biphase mist. I love, love, love biphase mists. They're probably my favorite kind. So you've got a layer of a beautiful oil blend, and then you also have a layer of a beautiful essence. I think for oilier skin types, this may just be a little too much. SERUMS is a new clean K-beauty brand that I've been exploring. It's kind of amazing. You're going to be hearing a lot more about this brand very soon from me. But what really stands out about this mist for me is that it kind of gives me that same luminous glow that Tatcha's Luminous Dewy Skin Mist gives me. So depending on the season and the batches of that season, you're going to get a different base for this mist because they want to use ingredients that are in season. So in the spring, you're going to get, this is going to be 78% organic green plum water. And in the fall, it's going to be 78% organic yuzu water. And don't worry if you're concerned, yuzu is not phototoxic. The oil blend is always going to be sunflower seed, jojoba, and macadamia nut. And the essence also includes licorice root, beta glucan, as well as vitamin E. You shake it up before you use it just to mix everything up. Such a refreshing, fine mist. And for dry, dehydrated skin, this is like everything. Guys, I cannot wait to do my next sunscreen video. There's such exciting new products that have come into my hands using new technology that come from all over the world. Of course, it's going to include these. I think any year that Anessa comes out with any kind of reformulation or any sunscreen product, it's going to be in my favorites because in my mind, there truly is no better protection. Starting with Anessa's Essence UV Sunscreen Mild Milk for sensitive skin, SPF 35, PA+++, and also Anessa's Perfect UV Sunscreen Mild Milk version, SPF 50, PA++++. Both of these are the mild milk versions, which I did introduce in my last sunscreens video. This is formulated with sensitive skin in mind, but also children and babies. So these don't have any fragrance in it, there's no alcohol, and it's also paraben-free. I can't even imagine a better and more powerful UV filter profile. Not only do they have some of the most broad spectrum, powerful, and gentle chemical UV filters, but they also have the mineral ones as well. They have zinc oxide. And of course, they have their signature Aqua Booster technology, which reacts to the minerals in sweat and in water to create a more uniform and powerful protective barrier. In the US, similarly, I think Shiseido calls it their Wet Force technology. And it just makes me confident that I'm getting the protection I deserve and when I need it most. So these are water-resistant formulas. They're also sweat-resistant formulas, which is unique. And I know this for sure because every night when it comes to removing the sunscreen, it's not easy to remove. It requires a good double cleansing. So when I know I'm just getting less sun exposure than the SPF of 35, it's just perfect for me. No greasiness, no cast. It applies beautifully. It has that, sort of oily feeling at first when you're applying, but then that just kind of goes away and it doesn't leave your skin shiny or dewy, or it actually dries down pretty matte. In fact, I feel like during the summer, this really plays a hand in keeping oiliness at bay. When I know I'm going to have more extreme sun exposure, serious outdoor activities in the scorching midday sun, then this is what I go for. This is SPF of 50 with PA of 4 pluses, so 1 additional plus to this one. The UV filter profile of this is pretty much the same as for the blue one, except there's just a lot more zinc oxide of this. In fact, it's probably the second or third ingredient, but there's also the addition of titanium dioxide as well. That being said, this is such a beautiful application. It's like this thin milk that just disappears and forms this thin layer of protection. These are also great primers under makeup, especially during the summer, because they do keep things sort of shine-free and grease-free. When it comes to issues of sunscreen, photo aging, hyperpigmentation, I really trust Japanese technology. My favorite winter sunscreen right now, I can't live without it, is Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence. It has an SPF 50. This is one of the most beautiful, silky, cosmetically elegant chemical sunscreens. It's milky, lightweight, incredibly hydrating. For the winter, this is perfection. Fantastic for sensitive skin. There's, again, no alcohol in here at all, but yet nothing is compromised texturally. This uses Uvinol A+, one of the most powerful UVA filters, and Uvinol T150, one of the most powerful UVB filters, which is also naturally water resistant and long lasting. This isn't mattifying, which is what makes it so perfect for the winter as well, but it's just so hydrating. It's kind of moisturizing as well. If your skin does not need a lot of layers, just use this as your moisturizer and sunscreen in one step. The formula is just so nourishing for your skin. The new releases for Supergoop this year were such a big hit with me. Every single thing they came out with was just amazing in my opinion. I personally just love, love, love the glow stick. It's a dry oil stick that is so easy to apply on your skin. I apply it over my makeup and it just kind of glides and doesn't move anything around. It leaves my skin absolutely glowing. I mean, I could actually apply a lot under makeup. I could apply it over makeup. But yeah, I kind of feel like their matte and poreless 100% mineral sunscreen was really something else. This uses 17% zinc oxide, but it's light as a feather. In fact, this is a primer. This is a truly lightweight, smoothing out your skin surface primer, non-invasive whatsoever, incredibly blendable. I love that you can go on their Instagram or on their website and you can see women of all colors using this sunscreen, and it just blends in beautifully. It has a universal tint that has no coverage at all. I can have a greasy face full of oils and moisturizers, and as soon as I apply this over, it kind of gets rid of all the shiny parts. And it's not heavy at all, so you can use a lot of this, a lot, and still put your makeup on over it, and everything just feels kind of light. I'm definitely not one for anything that's very mattifying, but this kind of just gets rid of the shine, but still allows a glow to come through, but the shine is gone. For me, depending on what my skin needs, and it always needs different things when it comes to exfoliation, sometimes I need the really powerful impact major exfoliation, and sometimes I just need the really gentle, slow and steady process, which is just as beneficial in my opinion. There are times, and I think it's also hormonally related as well, when my skin is so rough, the texture is just so unrefined and rough and thick, and I feel like there's a husk on my face. That's when I feel like I just need the strong stuff. In the beginning of the year, it was all about Tarte's Knockout Tingle Treatment, but then Peach and Lily's Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask came into my life. This beautiful azulene colored jelly mask. Anytime my skin feels that kind of roughness, I just slap this on. This is no joke. It's 10% glycolic acid. It's not a 10% blend of glycolic acid with other AHAs. It's pure glycolic. So if you are sensitive to acids or have never used anything quite this strong, then you have to really proceed with caution. So I started off with this very cautiously, as I do with any acid product. So the first time this was introduced to my face. Alicia gave me a facial and she was watching every single minute to see if my skin was turning red or not. But actually my skin took really well to this. I didn't have it on for the full 10 minutes. Actually, I only kept it on for maybe like 6, which was just fine for me in the beginning. Every time I use this, I walk around with a bit of a glow. What I love about this is there is the acid component to it, and usually that's all we get, but this also has the supremely calming, hydrating, and nourishing elements to this mask, which simultaneously gets added back to your skin as the acid is working. And there really is a difference to that. When it comes to the gentle peeling gommage gels, actually I really love this one from e.l.f. This is as good as any of the Japanese or Korean peeling gels that I've used, except for maybe it's even gentler. This doesn't have any alcohol in it, but after you use it, your skin just feels so smooth and soft. For anyone with really sensitive skin, rosacea, or if your skin is reacting from a treatment but you really feel you need to exfoliate some of the flakiness, this is the way to go. Neogen's swipey pad technology is like the best. These pads hold so much essence, and also they just have, just a really nice dual-sided texture, one which is more gentle and one which is, it's not abrasive, but there is a tiny little bit of texture just to help ease remaining unwanted elements off the surface of your skin. This is exfoliation at its gentlest, but boy, it is effective. This pad was actually such a skin saver for me during the most difficult time. It really was one of the only things I used for like weeks, and yet it really kept my skin from developing what I like to call a husk of neglect, but it also kept my skin really nourished. So this uses PHAs, really gentle form of AHAs, larger molecules, non-irritating, but the essence in here is just full of Centella asiatica and nourishing ingredients that just keep your skin really, really hydrating, but also moisturized and just in good shape. This is actually designed for really sensitive skin, so the calming and inflammation reducing element is just really a big thing, a big part of it. If you want a serum that does it all slowly but consistently, rather than like weekly treatments with a mask or weekly treatments with a toner, exfoliating toner, Pharmacy's Honeymoon Glow is just a beautiful sort of acid serum that is also really plumping on your skin and just leaves your skin so radiant. I've really enjoyed using this at nighttime. This uses lactic and glycolic, but also fruit acids, enzymes. It just does a beautiful job of making your skin look radiant, your texture more refined, evening out the dullness. I mean, it really is a beautiful serum. So guys, that's it for my 2018 favorites. I am sure I have missed a category somewhere. If not, I will make up for it in future videos, but I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've watched up to this point, you're a champ. I'm looking forward to making 2019 a year of great skin health with you guys. Until next time,